Hi, I'm Tim Kraus, and I'm a project assistant here at APCO Worldwide. The new NFL season is officially underway. So with that in mind, here are the 3 things you need to know about America's favorite procrastination tool, fantasy football. First of all, fantasy football is a huge business. The Fantasy Sports Trade Association estimates that 60 million people will play fantasy sports in North America alone this year. That is more than double the amount of people that watched the deciding game of the World Series last year. And now fantasy football represents a multi-billion-dollar industry that almost matches the annual revenue of the actual NFL. Secondly, fantasy football's history and development really mirrors the history and development of technology itself. Fantasy sports started out as this offline game that was reliant upon newspaper box scores where you didn't really know who was going to win until the very end of the season. Now there are thousands of websites and apps dedicated to fantasy football, and users can track their fantasy players' performance in real time. NFL stadiums are now featuring fantasy scores on their scoreboards, and major networks have entire shows dedicated to fantasy football. Just a few weeks ago, sports media giant ESPN aired a 28-hour straight fantasy football marathon during the Olympic Games. Lastly, fantasy football is changing. More and more people, despite the legal controversies, are signing up for daily for-profit fantasy football sites like DraftKings and FanDuel. Last year, on opening weekend, DraftKings had 200,000 new members join. And these sites paid over $1 billion in winnings during the course of the season, and DraftKings and FanDuel were among the top 3 sponsors of NFL advertising during the regular season. These sites are becoming major players in the increasingly prominent fantasy football industry.